So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this project of mine that I'm launching today. It's a very exciting day for me. I've worked on this project for quite some time, and I'm very thankful for your attendance, or if you're watching this later, thank you so much for the support. What is bipolar harmony? It is something that I wish that I had access to during a period of mental illness. And I went through a period where I really needed to focus on recovery. And what I found was, working with psychiatrists, there were medications, and then I would go to a nutritionist, and then to an exercise specialist. And I've kind of come together with a system on my website that will help someone navigate the acute phases of bipolar disorder, whether that be high levels of energy, anxiety, racing thoughts, or the other side of it where it's depression, pain, all sorts of, and everything in between. There's a lot of things that are specifically applicable to people with the diagnosis and things that are generally applicable to everyone. And so the system that I've created is called the 5 pillars of bipolar recovery, where I will talk in depth in the work that I've put on the website about sleep hygiene, movement, nutrition, mindfulness, and community. And so the idea behind Sunday morning movement is to engage our bodies and move our bodies and to learn some practices in breath work, in mindfulness and meditation. And then as I get better with the IT, make ways for people who become a part of this group to get to know one another and to become part of a community that's committed to helping themselves and helping others in improving both their physical and mental health. So, for Sunday morning movement, what I'd like to do is begin with a short talk related to mental health, breath work, and meditation, and then moving our bodies with the ideas that are featured in the talk in the beginning. So let's begin with the idea that when one of us faces a period of mental illness, depression, anxiety, there is a intensity to it that feels like it's going to be forever, that it's going to be something that we have to deal with intensely for the rest of our lives. And the thought that I'd like to offer to you as a potential antidote is that this too shall pass. As difficult as mental illness seems, it and it is the temporary nature of this world for things to have a beginning and for things to have an end. And for that reason, as we close our eyes and arrive on the floor, if you are able to sit on the floor, please do sit on the floor. If you're physically not able to do so, grab a chair. Everything today we're going to be doing on the floor, on the mat, sitting down, and maybe we'll stand up a little bit. We'll see what the body calls us to do, but we want to hold space, make space for the idea that this too shall pass, whether it be physical illness or difficulties in our professional careers, as students, as in our relationships. There is a temporary habit of this world for things to have a beginning and things to have an end. And so even your suffering right now, there is an end, and there are better days ahead of you. So let's begin with a breathing exercise that helps calm us down during periods of anxiety, during periods of stress, and during periods of high energy, if we're feeling like our energy is too high and we're struggling to slow down. So making space for this idea that this too shall pass, we will close our eyes and we imagine a box, a rectangle, or a square-shaped box in our mind. And once we've made space for this image, we're going to partake in a technique called box breathing. And it's a mindfulness practice that helps us turn off the cacophony of phones, messages, the to-do list, work, all of the things, and to just focus and center ourselves on our breath. So we start in one corner of the box. Pick any corner of the box. And as you inhale, right, you can open your eyes and watch, and then we'll breathe on our own. We inhale 5 seconds across one edge of the box. Hold our breath for 5 seconds as we go through the second edge of the box. Exhale for 5 seconds as we go across the third edge of the box. And hold our breath for 5 seconds as we go across the last side of the box. Now I'll begin with a cue, and let's inhale 5 seconds. Hold 5 seconds. Exhale 5 seconds. Hold 5 seconds. Inhale 5 seconds. Hold 5 seconds. Exhale 5 seconds. Hold 5 seconds. Continue this box breathing as I talk through some ideas. This too shall pass. If you find yourself wandering, taking the bait of the thoughts that bombard us throughout the day, that's okay. Catch yourself, reel yourself back to the practice of the breath. If you're wondering how to breathe, begin today with inhaling with your nose and exhaling with your mouth. Take a moment to straighten your posture, to broaden your shoulders, to lift your neck and your head, and to relieve all tension in the neck pretend as if your head is a buoy on water, flowing effortlessly, weightlessly. And continue to breathe. When we hold space for bringing our awareness to the breath, it helps us with grounding. It helps us to gain a sense of calm. And in the beginning of meditation and breath work, we realize how many thoughts are bombarding us in the back of our minds as we go through our day. We'll take one deep breath in, exhale audibly, and we'll open our eyes, arrive back on the mat. We'll begin to move our bodies a bit. Just going to see what time it is. Okay. Yeah. We'll move our bodies for the next 30 minutes or so. I'm just going to quickly check in to see if my mom wants to enter the room. Mama, you can come. So one of the aspects of mental health recovery is having a great support group, and it's something that I teach and I advocate for anyone, that if it is a period of mental illness and you're working on recovery, then you find people in your life who can help you, because it's something that is quite difficult, and we need all the help that we can get. So working together in eating healthier, in cooking together, in exercising together, in learning about our particular diagnosis and what can be done, it's an important part. So I'm very fortunate and lucky to have my mother with me today, and joining this first practice. So we'll sit in a comfortable seated position. This is easy position. We'll elongate our spine, broaden our shoulder, straighten our neck, and we'll raise our hands up, inhale up. And from here, we'll exhale, twist to the left, inhale up, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Try to get some movement in our spine. From here, we'll do some circles. So just kind of move around. Whatever mobility your body has right now, maybe you're a little tight in the morning, but in this seated position, you'll notice your hips activate, your lower back activate. And whatever motion you're following, to now switch up and go the other way. And bring your awareness back to the breath, back to this idea that this too shall pass. Wherever it is that you might be dealing with, it's temporary and it has an end. Now let's take our right hand, put it on our left knee, and we're going to now sink our right shoulder onto our right knee. Our right shoulder onto our right knee. Yeah. And we're going to raise our hand up. Make some nice circles. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Deep cleansing breath. Now we'll put our left hand onto our right knee, and we're going to drop our left shoulder onto the left knee. Feel that nice stretch in our shoulder, in our love handles, in our hips, and we'll raise our hands and look up. We'll look down. We'll look up again. And one of the things I was doing early in my practice was holding my breath, was clenching my teeth. Bring your awareness if you find yourself doing that and relax the jaw. Take a deep breath. And we'll now rotate. 1, 3 times clockwise. And 3 times counterclockwise. Okay. We'll come back to our seat, check in on how the body is feeling. Take a deep inhale up with our hands. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to straighten our legs in front of us. And we're going to stretch our hamstring muscles by forward folding. And when we forward fold, we try to maintain an erect spine as straight as possible. And we pretend as if someone is pulling our sternum forward, and we seek to make contact with our sternum to our knee. Now, I can't do it. If you can do it, that's great. But I'm going to simply aspire to keep my back straight. It's very easy to just drop and try to come down, but to keep the back straight, that's what really will engage the lower back, the glute muscles, and the hamstrings. So we'll inhale up with our hands and exhale down, and try to hold our toes. If you can't grab your toes, try to grab your ankles. If you can't grab your ankles, grab your shins. And if you can't grab your shins, it's okay. And here, we'll stay for 7 seconds more. Come back to the idea that this too shall pass. Whatever discomfort we might feel while stretching our bodies and moving, know that it's good for us and that the pain is temporary. The discomfort is temporary. We can drop our necks and elongate our spine further, letting the 8 pounds of weight create traction on our cervical vertebra and our neck. And we'll come back up. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Now we're going to bring our leg in. Our right foot makes contact with the inner left thigh, and we're going to give a more emphasis now to our left hamstring. Inhale up and exhale forward fold. You might be wondering how far is too far. Try to remember this idea that we want to be comfortably edgy. There shouldn't be any pain. We don't want to damage any joints, any ligaments, but there's a slight edginess that we feel when stretching our muscle. We'll come back up. And from here, we're going to spider walk our fingers as far forward as we can. And then, like the ticking of a clock, start rotating clockwise towards our right knee. And here, we try to make contact with our chest to our knee. And take a deep inhale, cleansing breath. We'll push our hands, come back up. And now we will switch our legs, bringing our left foot against our right thigh. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. We'll come back up. We'll spider walk our hands forward. And then we'll start swiveling towards the left and trying to make contact with our chest to our knee. You're really going to feel a stretch right here in your hamstring muscle. Deep inhale and exhale. Push forward and back up. Now we're going to keep our left leg forward, and we're going to hop above and across our right knee and bring our left foot to the right of our right knee. We're going to take our left hand and plant it behind us. Yeah. We're going to take our right hand and just watch me first, and then we'll do it together. We're going to engage our core and do our first twist. Twisting poses are really good for detoxification, and if one is suffering with constipation, it is really good for regularity. So I'm going to raise my hand, just watch first. Inhale up, and I'm going to twist left, first with my core, then with my shoulders, and bring my right elbow to the left of my left knee, and then finally look back as much as possible, as far as I can. So let's do it together. So we have our left foot to the right of our right knee. You can kind of give it a little hug, so you'll feel that nice little pull on our glute muscle. And then we'll take our right hand forward, inhale up, and exhale, twist. Take a deep inhale and try to sink deeper into your twist. And we'll come back. How's that feel? All right, we'll bring our left foot back out in front of us, and now we'll do that on the other side by bringing our right knee in. Our right foot comes across and comes planted on the ground to the left of our left knee. We'll bring our right hand behind us for balance, right? And we'll bring our left hand forward, inhale up. This elongates the spine, and exhale, twist. We'll inhale again and sink deeper into our twist. And from here, we'll come back to the center. Bring our legs forward. And how are we feeling? Feeling that there is blood moving in our body, that just by sitting on the ground, that our heart is pumping, filled with rich oxygenated blood with all of the breathing that we're doing, and checking in to see how we're feeling. If there is a sense of alertness, a sense of calm, whatever it is that we're feeling, we simply observe without judgment. All right. Now we're going to do some more hip openers in what is called cobbler's pose. So we begin by, again, bringing our feet forward, and we're going to bring our heels together and come and bring it into a butterfly. It's known commonly as a butterfly. In yoga, it's known as cobbler's pose. But there are several things we can do with this position. So what we're going to do is we're going to relieve the tension on the neck by elongating our spine and sending our shoulders back, and having no tension on the neck, imagining our neck floating on water like a lifesaver. And we're going to drop our neck. We're going to roll our neck counterclockwise. Slowly, giving each vertebra time to elongate, the muscles to expand. And once you come back to the center where you began, to change the rotation. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now what we're going to do is, with our straight backs and our shoulders back, we're going to forward fold as far as we can go. This is one of the more challenging stretches for me, but it feels great. Take a deep inhale and forward fold. Let gravity do the work. Let the weight of your back open up the hips. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, sink deeper if you can. Make sure it doesn't hurt. Make sure nothing feels like it's poking or feeling like snapping. Just stay in a place that's comfortably edgy. And from here, we slowly come back up. We close our knees. Give our knees some love. Give our glutes some love. Great. Give our groins, our groin muscles some love. And we're gonna now flip on the other side and come on to tabletop position. So tabletop position is where our knees are on the ground, our feet are flat on the floor, and our hands are in front of us. And we're going to now stretch our forearms. So flip your right palm onto the ground, make a fist, and now try to elongate your elbow by still keeping your palm on the ground. Mama, not like this, but like this. Yeah. You'll feel the stretch in the top part of your forearm. And we'll flip over. Now we'll do the same with our left hand. We'll make a fist. Sorry. We'll put our palm, the back side of our palm on the ground. We'll make a fist. And we'll straighten our elbow, keeping the back of our palm on the ground. My mom's cheating, but that's okay. So these two stretches stretch the top part of our forearm. Let's bring our hands back to the mat with the palms facing down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my fingers facing towards my knees. Yep. And from here, I'm going to send my tail back as far back as arm. Take a deep inhale and exhale. You're doing great for showing up. Let's wag our tail a little bit, kind of open up our lower spine. And from here, we're going to begin to engage the core. Now, this might be a bit more advanced for some folks, but we're going to get into plank position. We're going to raise our knees and make our body like a board. Now, if you can't do this, just maybe try to hover your knee on the ground as long as you can. But we're going to hold this position now for 10 seconds. Ready? Go. And breathe. 5 more seconds. And slowly bring it down to the ground. All right, wag your tail a little bit. All right. And now from here, we're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to aim, inspire to do it for 15 seconds. Now ready, back into plank position. Keep a neutral neck, neutral back. And breathe. Five more seconds. And we bring our knees back down. Okay. Catch our breath. Take a second. Give our wrists a little break. They've been bearing some weight. You can kind of make some fists and roll your wrist to kind of stretch them out a little bit. Now everyone's going to be in different places in their health journey. For some people, this must be very easy. Even for the easy poses, you can sink deep into your practice by going deeper into the breath work, going deeper into calming the mind, and perfecting the postures. So next, what we're going to do is something inspired by Pilates, known as the triathlete psoas stretch. So for a lot of us who have desk jobs, we spend a lot of time sitting down. This area becomes tight. And so the following stretch is great for stretching out our psoas, the tightness in this lower back area. And a lot of the pain, the chronic pain in our upper back, in our legs, is tied to the tightness around our hips and our psoas. So we'll come back on tabletop position. It's called tabletop position because, your back becomes like a tabletop. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take our right leg and karate kick to the back wall. You can face me. Yeah. And we're going to take our left hand forward. Inhale, elongate. And exhale, bring our left elbow to our right knee and arch our spine. Inhale, up. As high as we can go with our legs and with our hand. And exhale, contract. Inhale, up. And exhale, contract. Inhale, up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Whew. And we'll give ourselves a little rest. And wag our tail, drop our knee or our neck. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So karate kick your left foot back. Your right hand forward. Inhale, up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. And exhale. All right. From here, we'll get on our knees. What we'll do is we'll crisscross our fingers behind our back. We'll straighten our elbows to send our shoulders backwards. We'll roll our shoulders. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now we'll go the other way. Now what we're going to do is a heart opener, something that is quite energizing and is something that helps with posture, is we're going to bring our toes, our heels facing the back wall. If your knees are hurting, you can get a cushion, a towel. I'm underneath the carpet, so if you're on a hardwood floor and your knees are hurting, just make sure this time or next time to get something that cushions your knees. And from here, there's 3 things that we can do. We can take our hands behind our, like up right where our tailbone is, and we can lean back and look up. Or if we want, we can bring our hands behind us and give ourselves a nice heart opener and look up. Deep inhale and exhale. Now the way to get back up of this position is to pretend something is grabbing you by the sternum and pulling you forward. And we'll come back on our seat, sit on the ground. Let's see, what time are we at? We're at 10:45. All right. So let's come back to our seated position, right back where we started from, and just drink in the benefits of this practice of taking time out in our day to ground ourselves, to center ourselves in the breath, and to repeat the mantra that this too shall pass. This, if you are specifically here because you're dealing with the acute phases of bipolar disorder, my heart goes out to you. It is something that is temporary, but it is quite difficult. It is quite challenging. And I've created a website, bpharmony.com, where you can purchase a book, you can purchase some courses, and we can work together on creating a recovery path. For anyone that's on here, that's family, that's friends, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the support. Everyone in this modern living condition of ours needs some level of mindfulness and movement practice to help us regulate our bodies and to stay optimally functional in our time. So we're going to end in corpse pose, in just laying down on our backs. So corpse pose. And as you get comfortable on the ground, laying down on the mat, we close our eyes and we drink in the benefits of this Sunday morning movement practice. We begin by taking awareness to our toes, wiggling our toes a little bit, and slowly scanning upwards towards the top of our head. So right now our awareness is at our toes. We'll take it to our ankles. Continuing to breathe in with our nose and out with our mouth, slowly going up to our shins, to our knees. And if we're bombarded by thoughts, that's okay. Come back to the practice and to your breath. Going up to our thighs, our hips, our stomach, our heart, notice the beating of the heart. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. We'll take our awareness to our neck and our throat. Upwards to our face, our jaw. Relieve any tension that we're holding in our face to relax our jaw, to unclench our eyebrows. To take our awareness to the top of our heads. And finally, let's take our awareness to the darkness that has been in front of our eyelids or in our vision this whole time if our eyes have been closed. And to notice the colors, the little stars or lights. And bring our awareness back to the breath for 3 more rounds of Brock's breathing. Let's open our eyes, wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, lean over to our right side. I'm going to push up with our left hand. And we come back to our seated position. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Mama, for joining. Thank you, everyone who's joined online live. This is the first time I tried YouTube Live, and it's not perfect. I mean, you can see the backgrounds, like my childhood game room when I was growing up. As I continue to work on this project, things will get better. I'll invest in microphones, and once I have 50 subscribers on this YouTube channel, I can use the phone with a tripod, so a better camera. So please do subscribe. And if you're interested in visiting the website, or reaching out, or if you know someone that needs help, I'm happy to help out and to give advice and to work closely if you'd like to work together. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining.